There, getting ready to play. Hey everybody, it's Grammy here. I'm up in the Grammy lair, getting ready to play some more Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. And I sincerely invite you to come and take a look and visit me as I play this game. It's okay, so I think we're going to actually complete the DLC in just a couple of minutes here and then move on to the big campaign again. So yeah, so we finished all the side quests, and we're going to play the organ and see what happens after we do that, right? So, you know, you all know how much I absolutely love this game. You know, it's very literary, and I guess that's what I like about it. I guess it appeals to the author in me a lot. You know, and of course I'm a King Arthur, Knights of the Round Table fan. I don't think I've ever explored back in here. I've been through here before, but I always like to check all the nooks and crannies. You know, you never know with games sometimes what you're going to find where. So we're just going to make it back. We have to go back to the chapter house, I think. I'm fairly certain we've been down. Have I been down here? No. There's a chest I haven't opened. Okay, good stuff. All right. So, Geronimo! Lady Sugar, hey, welcome in, honey. How are you doing? What's going on? Are things a little bit more peaceful at home? Things feeling a little bit better? I hope so. I've been praying for you and thinking about you guys. Tell me the news. Give me the updates. It's good to see you, sweetie. So I'm getting ready. I think I'm going to finish out this DLC today. That's gotta be Feather. Hey, welcome in, honey. Welcome in. So, how are you doing? So, I want to go back to start. So, how are you? I was just talking to Lady Sugar, wondering how you're doing. Got plans for the weekend here. right, so I added some stuff here, and I just trying to make sure. Oh, good for you. Well, give yourself a shout out, okay? Give yourself a shout out. And so people can go follow you. Busy week loading trucks, yeah? Well, are you doing any fireworks or anything? Or what's the deal? There we go. That's what I wanted to get to. So I rearranged a few things. So I'm streaming both to Twitch and YouTube, but I've also got the vertical set up so that I should be on shorts and live over there. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, well, yesterday we had an exciting day. We went and we saw the big steam train come through town. Man, it was glorious. It was hotter than jumping blue heck, man. It was 100 degrees. But we schlepped down there. We walked because the tracks were pretty close to the house. And so it took about a 10-minute walk all the way down to the tracks to watch the train come in. And it was, golly jeepers, it was, I mean, that thing came, it was a lot louder than I expected it to be. Yeah, I'll throw them up on Discord. I got a video. I'll throw the video up on Discord, and you can show it to Wyatt. It was really loud, you know, but they didn't stop in our town. We were in a whistle stop. It just blew through. It blew through, and but it was so cool. I mean, and it had a lot more cars on it than I thought it would, so it took a couple of minutes for it to get past. But it was when the lights went on and the you know, and the arms came down. It was just really, really cool. But I'll tell you, it was so ding dang hot. In fact, one of the places where it did have the whistle stop, which we were going to go to, but we thought, oh, parking, it's just going to be a nightmare, and with the baby and stuff, we just didn't want to do it. So but they had to call in the fire department to hose people down. They were hosing people down from the fire trucks, trying to keep people cool. So it was really worth it. Yeah, it was really cool. I'm really glad we braved it, but it was hotter than jumping blue heck, man. So anyway, we did that, and then I guess tomorrow we'll do fireworks. The fellow across the street has a professional thingamajig. He does it professionally, so he sets them off over the river, which is really a lot of fun. So we'll do that, and it's my daughter-in-law's birthday. She has the best birthday, right? She gets fireworks every year on her birthday. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that, and then oh, really? The 250th American presidential train. Oh, that's cool. That's kind of a cool thing. Yeah, I mean, I love all this stuff. I like patriotism. You know, I mean, I just love it all. And so I'm excited for it. It should be fun, and tomorrow should be fun. And yeah, so that's pretty much, you know, my news. And then in a little while, I added a channel point here. I think for 1,000 channel points, we can do story time. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so I'm anxious to see how the whole vertical setup is going and stuff, so we'll see. Anyway, yeah, it really is, and it's so much fun too, watching all the soccer players falling in love with America and just saying, hey, you guys are getting a bad rap, you know. We like it here. So much ice. So that's been kind of cool too to see. All right, so let's get back up here now. Like I said, I think we're actually going to finish out this part of the DLC, or this DLC today. Oops, I did. All right, so I did all of the side quests. Oh, exactly. I think I love America. I'm so thankful and blessed that I was born here. So, yeah. So, anyway, so that's our deal. So, are you starting fresh, Feather? You're starting a new playthrough? I think I have to jump up here. There we go. Made it. So my son and you know, Adam and Megan are home today, which is nice. So no baby duty, which is nice. Yes, ma'am. Played through the asylum, making sure to read all the lore. Yeah, do everything. It's so satisfying. It's so satisfying. It's hotter than a devil's butt crack down here, though. Dang you. Oh, honey, I know. I mean, it is really, I mean, it's going to start getting cooler tomorrow. But are you going to change up any way you're playing? Are you going to, besides reading all of the lore? Yeah, don't miss anything. I'm sure I've missed some stuff, but I'm anxious to do the Merlin DLC, which should be that's supposed to be really super creepy. So, oh, let me change my quest here, because we're going to do the Melody of the Deep. Now, this is where we're finally going to play the organ. We start cooling down near the end of October. Yeah, I bet. I mean, it stays pretty nasty here. You know, it's like they say, you know, Philadelphia in August is awful. Doing a Spellblade build. The first time through, I did standard big armor, big sword. This time, to be a more nimble with sword and spell. It's cool. I mean, I love spells, you know. I mean, I like archery and spells. That's kind of my thing. I was never much into melee, into big giant swords, although a big giant sword certainly has its place. So let's check our map. So we are headed back. All right, so I could actually fast travel. I might just do that. Might just fast travel back. Yeah, Feather, make sure you do that, sweetie. You could do it too, Lady Sugar, because you're one of my moderators as well. So let's just fast travel back to here. I'm so excited to hear this organ. There you go. Very good. And it's all correct and everything too. That's good. All right. So here we are. So we're going to go find this guy, and we're finally going to get him to go play the organ. Here we go. Come here, dude. Hey, Josephus. Need to talk to you, dude.
Welcome, child of the surface.
Child of the surface.
Everyone is ready to play, thanks to you. But tell me, are you ready? From where you're headed, there is no return. You will go back to the surface. And we will face the consequences of what is decided in Lady Nimwe's chamber.
So I'm done. I can't come back here? Oh, that's all right, because I think I got everything I could. All right, here we go. This is exciting. We're going to do the organ thing here. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm ready. Let's begin.
Excellent. Gather, my brothers. It is time to awaken our captain. This sound, Sarras has not heard it since the day it was born. It will be glorious.
Wow. Here we go. The performance is over and Captain Lear is awake. Well, we didn't actually get to hear the Are they playing it? Can you hear the organ? I can hear it. Here's the organ. It's pretty cool, huh? There we go. Alright, so Captain Lear is waking up. Lady Sugar is a very good friend indeed. Lear's chamber. Okay, let's go in here. Thanks, Lady Sugar. Fireworks for Sugar. So I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed right now. I was really hoping we would see some sort of magnificent playing of this organ and, you know what I mean? Ooh, another. Do I get to... Alright, I gotta shoot something. Let's see. I gotta shoot this wall down, I guess. Gotta love a giant crossbow. Here we go. Look at this place, man. Look at this. Oh, whoa. The whirling vortex. Do you think we're going to get sucked up into the whirling vortex? I did post the video of the train on my Facebook, on the Gaming Grammy Facebook. Uh-oh. There he is. It looks a little weird. I'm thinking they rushed through this part of things, but that's okay. Still love the game. Look at him. Isn't he awesome?
Traitor, it was your command that doomed us to this fate. You were supposed to let us go.
King Arthur gave you the ships. It was Merlin who sealed them. That's true.
A traitor shielding another traitor. What difference does it make who gave the order? And what kind of king is he, who knows not what his servants do? I can feel that traitor stench upon you. And by the almighty Lord of the Seas,
so we gotta kill this guy.
This day, you both shall die.
If anyone dies today, it will be you. We must speak with Nimue, and you stand in our way. Merlin sought to save Nimue at any cost. I'm sorry that you all... Because that's true. Let's do that one.
I despise your pity. I care nothing for what Merlin desired. If the will of the Lord of the Seas had bound us, I would hate him too. But I know this. Of all the great figures in Sarras history, he alone wished us well. Gladly I offer your souls to the glory of the Lord. and your flesh to the dwellers of this realm.
Well, this is so cool. If anyone dies today, it will be you. We must speak with Nimue, and you stand in our way.
No one is permitted to enter Lady Nimwa's chambers. I swore to guard her, and I shall keep that oath. Know this, I command the full might of Sarras.
Oh, jeez. Whoa! Oh man, he's intense. Oh, I should do some potions. I got some pretty good buffs. Alright, wait a minute. I'm gonna... Whoop. Let me see if I can do a potion here. I think it's called Sarras Blessing. Blessing of Sarras. There's sea legs. I wish there was a way to organize these things so you could get right to what you want a little easier than... A blessing in a bottle. There we go. Grants a blessing of Sarras, making creatures of Sarra weaker. Oh, I don't know if he'd be considered a creature, but let's do it anyway. So we'll do that. I can hear the organ playing. It's pretty cool. Oh, he is awesome, though. I want a statue of him. Don't you? Oh, can I shoot him with the... Whoa. Oh, look at those things whapping. It is like a Grammy purse. This is why I don't carry a big purse. Because it just becomes... Oh, he's almost dead. Almost got him. Now that the captain... I can see what lies... Aww. Dead Man's Vow, Captain Lear's Revenge, his tricorn, and Captain Lear's cape. Coolness. Ha ha! Look at it! I love it! Oh my gosh, I love it! I love it. Look at that. That's awesome. Everything you could possibly... That's right. It's in there. Scourge of the Seven Seas. It's fabulous, isn't it? Look at that. It's glorious. I love it. I'm going to do a screenshot of that. Alright, you know what I should do too? Before we leave... Maybe I should, let me see if I can get a decent photo. Not a big fan of photo mode in this game, but it's all right. I mean, it's just kind of clumsy. There we go, that's better. Look at Urkel or whatever his name is. He looks cool. There we go. That's a good one. Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe I should try that. Alright, well I gotta shoot this because it says I can shoot it. So I'm gonna see. Yeah, I guess I could have shot Captain Lear. That would have been cool. Remember that, Feather. Try to get him with the crossbows when you get here. Look, there's another crossbow. Oh, that's where we came from. Alright. So I guess we're kind of done here? So I don't... so what happens? So everybody's going to go back to try to live their life now? Yeah. Alright, here we go. Soul Bearer's Solitude. Alright, let me just check my quests here. I can see what lies ahead. Whoa. Whoa. See? Look. Did you guys see my jellyfish? Can you see my jellyfish? I guess you can't see him. Can you see him a little bit? Maybe? There they are. I got jellyfish too. That's pretty cool. But I can change colors, right? Ooh. Purple. I think the blue's best. These are quite cool. So I've got this is so funny. But this is glorious. It looks like, is there somebody in that bubble? Is that Glinda, the Good Witch? Wow. Just let me try something here. So if I go, let me see. Photo mode. So like F. Oh, it is a little easier. Oh, look at that. See, that is easier actually, guys. There's definitely more control. You're so smart. Feather, you really help me understand things sometimes. Alright, well that's good to know. That's good to know. Alright. It looks like there's somebody. Is that supposed to be a Christ figure up there? I'll give you some fireworks. There you go. So is that supposed to be a Christ figure? What the heck? Let's go investigate. The music is cool.
I've been wondering when you'd find your way here. Your presence has rippled
Is that
through all
Nimue?
of Sarras. Wave after wave after wave.
I guess she's the savior of
Reminds me of
sorts.
something. Someone. From a long time ago.
I saw memories of your past.
My troubled youth, you mean? And what? Are you wondering if I regret it now? If I feel I'm paying for my stubbornness, my arrogance, getting drunk on my own power? I'm afraid the truth is less dramatic. I was tired. I'd lost hope. And I wanted no part in Merlin and Arthur's vile practices. They stole our future before our lives even had a chance to begin. At least his betrayal gave me time to rest and to build something of my own. Something better than what we left on the surface.
I saw Merlin's memories too. He sealed you here to save you.
Save me? What do you mean?
According to him and Arthur, your fleet would never have reached the homelands. All of you would have died as soon as you left Avalon.
And because of that, he... Am I supposed to be grateful? Thank the great Merlin, wherever he is, for bestowing this honor on us. What kind of logic drove him to that? Everyone died anyway. Just because they didn't rest in peace doesn't mean they're living. I don't understand. If he knew that would happen, why didn't he tell me?
If he told you the truth, would you have believed him? Oops.
No, I don't think I would have. I'd have thought it was a ploy to keep me here. But I wouldn't have left without finding out for myself whether the danger was real. I was young, not an idiot, and people were relying on me. I wouldn't have led them to certain death just to spite Merlin.
The people of Avalon need the fleet again.
History does love its circles, I see. Far be it from me to begrudge anyone wanting to leave these miserable shores, but you do know the fleet is bound to me, don't you? You're asking for my life, and for Sarras to fall.
Oh boy, okay. So we need to, I will break the seal. I understand the consequences, or you're right, I won't break the seal. Sarras doesn't deserve it. You've been alive for a long time, don't you want to die? I thought letting people sail back to the homelands was your dream. Let's do that.
It was. The circumstances are different now. What happens on the surface matters little to me. I have my own domain to tend to.
You've been alive for a long time. Don't you want to die?
You don't pull your punches, do you? What I want doesn't really matter here. Sarras is bigger than me. But if you truly wish to know, I do not desire death. I'm at peace here already. Yet, I wouldn't mind it either. As you said, I've been alive for a long time. If it were only about me, I wouldn't care either way. But it isn't.
All right. I think I'm gonna save Sarras.
Thank you. I hope you mean that. I never loved Avalon. It gave me life, and then it took everything else. It never felt like home to me, but I know it does for so many. I truly hope things will get better for them one day.
Okay.
What have you done? This was not meant to be.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
Sarras was meant to be freed, and us along with it. You wanted answers. This is your answer. I curse you, Arthur, for this accursed undeath in this accursed realm. 1,000-fold I curse you. You were meant to free us from this endless agony.
Criminy. But can't they get better now? Can't they live better?
If Sarras is to remain, then I will make sure you become one with it.
Look at him. Oh. Yeah, exactly, man. Why doesn't he just join in? What's his deal? I think they could have a pretty good life. It's a beautiful place. Better than Avalon. I should have increased the difficulty again, but oh well. That was a good hit.
The long-awaited change that Josephus and
I
the
think they
other
rushed through
denizens of
this.
Sarras yearned for never came to pass. Those in the sanctuary went on as they always had, tending to their knowledge, raising the Lord's offspring, hidden from the wider world.
This
The
sounds good.
sanctuary drifted on in its quiet bubble, peaceful and
Well, that's
undisturbed,
good.
steady in its ways.
Well, that's good. I'm glad we... Taking all the credit, but only if it's good. I think so. All right. Wow. All right, so we did it. I think it was the right thing. What do you guys think? I think it was the right thing. Crimson Deep Mantle. Ooh, I got Crimson Deep Robe. I got some good armor. Yeah. All right, so I guess we can go through... Oh, let's do the memories. Oh, this is where we came in. Okay, so this portal will take us back to the beginning. So we can't do that here. All right, so let's go through the portal. All right, and that took us back to the beginning. Goodbye, Sarras. I love you. Be peaceful, gang. Be peaceful. It's going to be so weird going back to the Avalon now. It's going to be so interesting. Man, I feel like I gotta remember what in Jumpin' Blue heck we were doing. Well, we're trying to get the last piece of the... We have to get the shield. I can enter the king's threat dungeon and get the crown. Oh, I mean the crown. Yeah. Well, we're back. Well, that was exciting. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is let's do memories. And I feel like I've got to organize and take a look at things here a second. You knew Nimue personally, didn't you?
Yes, since she was a little girl. Merlin took her in after she lost her parents. He told me she had immense potential, even at a very young age. She learned quickly, so Merlin always kept her close. Even when she barely reached my knee, I had the feeling she didn't like me.
Does it bother you that I spared Nimue?
Why would it? I condemned her actions during the war, but I never bore a personal grudge against her. She seems content with her existence and the small realm she commands, although I wonder if your visit has made her feel its fragility. Sparing her is what Merlin would have wanted.
Yeah.
My only concern is that the fleet remains sealed, denying us a useful asset.
Well, you're the one who told Merlin to sink it in the first place.
Indeed. And I stand by my decision. It was the right one at the time. But a fleet is a fleet. Having it back
They're
might
very
have proven
fleeting
advantageous.
fleets.
There is no point in dwelling on settled matters.
Yes.
Let us move on. We still have much to do.
Why didn't she like you?
I think she blamed me for Merlin's descent into increasingly questionable methods. She idolized him and, like any daughter, wanted him to be without fault. It was easier to blame my influence than face the fact that Merlin had never been who she believed him to be.
Do you still think she was wrong?
Yes. Sailing for the homelands was madness. On that I will not waver. Yet the urge was born from her hatred of Avalon, what it took from her and what it was becoming. She judged that the foundations we were laying were rotten. And after all I have seen, I must admit she may not have been entirely wrong.
You really didn't have a problem sending her to her
What
death?
else could I have done?
All right,
She
sweetheart.
ignited a rebellion against her
Get good
king,
groceries.
and in a time of war.
Okay,
Treason remains
Lady Sugar, I'll see you
treason.
later.
The sentence would have been the same. I decided against a public execution, not only to keep her from becoming a martyr, but because I would not force my friend to watch me set a blade to the neck of the girl he called his daughter.
I see the Red Church's reach runs deeper than we
Come
expected.
now, my friend. There's no need for bitterness. You must admit, Lady Magdalene's congregation differs greatly from what you knew in Avalon. I find it amusing. It may be the first time a doctrine has been twisted so wildly and produced something kind.
I'm going to do a rest. Okay. So now, where were we? Whew. I can enter divided we fall. Oh, we're back to getting everybody to do the moot. That's what we need to be working on, I think. Maybe some of these. These are just basic. These are pretty simple side quests, but ooh, it's weird. So we're gonna head back here. So I guess we can fast travel. And well, you know what? Maybe I'll head back here and see about selling a few things, I think. I don't... So it's still here, so maybe I can come back and revisit. But I think I pretty much got everything. Oh, it's starting to flood, maybe? I can get everything. I think I got everything there was to get out of there, frankly. Alright, it's kind of weird being back on Kunak. But I want to look at... my armor here. I've got lots of really cool... Look at that. Whoa. 7 armor. Increase spell power by 100%. Wow. Let's wear that for a little bit. It's kind of cool. Alright, so I don't
Spare
think
a coin
there's...
for the hungry.
I saw your family's grave, but your son's body wasn't there.
You... what? Why? And you think... what? That my son might still be alive? I don't know whether to thank you or run you through for meddling with my family's grave. But if what you're saying is true, then there might still be hope. And maybe you're not wrong. You've given me a lot to think about. I'll await your return.
Well, maybe I'll just throw some stuff in my stash.
If I just stay put, everything will be okay.
Spare
Is there a house? I mean, maybe I'll buy this house. Maybe I should buy... There's a house I can buy, right? Where the heck is it? Up here. Yeah, I want to go buy... Is this my home? I can buy this house, right? Okay, town residents. Claim your own cozy. Alright. Let's do it. Yay! Alright, so now we own this. Decor mode. Well, I don't have any decor. I didn't buy anything, but... Ooh, I got a stash, which is nice. Oh, nice. So I got an alchemy station. So I could go sell a bunch of stuff. Ooh, good. Got a nice dresser. Oh, decent bed. Oh, nice. Dresser. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Another planter in. Okay. I might have to go and see what kind of items we can purchase. Cooking station. Nice. Nice table. Chair. Another chair. Oh, good. So I think we can upgrade and do things, and we probably won't have to pay as much. Let me see. I can upgrade. I might go and do some selling. I'm gonna check one thing here since I'm just kind of checking how things are looking because I've got this new setup going on. I think it's looking pretty good. I think it's looking pretty good with this new setup. I really like it. I was using Restream, but I kept messing up with my... It just wasn't updating titles, and it was costing me money, and it was pissing me off a lot. So I learned how to do it with just OBS, so I don't need Restream, which is great, let me tell you. All right, so let's see. I can reduce some weight here. I want to have a chance to try out all of the different armors because they're really pretty cool. Okay. Increases melee damage. Increases max mana by 10. Okay, we'll do that. And we'll add another slot. Increases melee damage. Increases. So does that stack? I guess so. Okay. Let me see this guy here. When you spend 20% of your max mana, this wand shoots a magic homing projectile at a random nearby enemy. Okay, let's do that. That sounds fun. Oh, I'm running out of money. Here, I thought I had endless money again. All right, so I need to go sell a few things and get the coffers built up again. So maybe I can buy some furniture. How are you doing? Let me take care of the baby here. What about some seaweed? And oh. Okay, so let's I know, right? So cute. So I'm gonna do some selling. I got such cool armor and stuff. I don't want to sell too much. But
Oh, hello there.
Hello again.
Sell from stash. Oh, yeah, I can get rid of this. This isn't too much. I'll sell all of that stuff. Consecutive. We'll get rid of that. Crown of Unhallowed Divinity. Keep those, because those are pretty cool. Keep that. Let's see. I think I want to keep all of that. Barn, we'll sell that. Don't need that. Get rid of that as well. Weak undertow bloom helm. Okay. I'm just building things up here, so maybe I can buy some furniture and junk. We'll see. I'm always nervous to sell, you know, supplies. I'll just sell all the garbage.
Leave it already? And we were having such a good time. See you later.
Huh? Alright, so since we're here, I think I'm going to go to the hospital and see what's happening there, because I think that was one of the quests that I needed. The price of healing. Just to see. Since we've been gone for a while, maybe something's changed. I just want to go check that out. We'll go check that out.
Oh, there you are. I'm so glad to see you. I haven't had the chance to properly thank you for helping me with the hospital. Truth be told, it's still rather hectic here. But at least I don't have to constantly worry about money and supplies anymore. I do wish I had more time for all the patients. But perhaps, in time, we'll be able to bring in another healer, or at least an apprentice.
Is there anything else you need?
Not really. Everything has been going quite well. Though Legate Denham isn't too happy about this development. Oh, if you come across any herbs or potion ingredients, feel free to bring them to me.
Yeah. We can give her some of the stuff we got down in the deep sea. Down in the briny sea. Let's see, let's send her... Oh, she doesn't... You can't sell... I guess we can't sell her the deep sea potions. I wonder if I can still use them. Huh. I'll sell her a few of these just because I'm a nice guy. Okay. So at least we finished that quest up then. That's good. So we're going to get back and we got to get... Oh, I forget what was happening, but we have to get all the different tribes together for a meeting. So let's work on that. We're not so we're going to go do that. I guess I can go back to Sarras. The quest list: explore the world to uncover new tasks and stories. Ooh, I wonder if we go back to it, if there'll be more stuff. All right, so we are headed here. Divided we fall. So I guess we have to go back to the Forlorn. Yeah, all right. Got to remember what we were doing. So I'm going to fast travel back. Oopsie. Where can I buy furniture at? Who has furniture? How do you buy furniture? Let me just check something out. Is there another? Let me go see. Just looking for a merchant. I don't know if I can buy furniture.
Nice to see you.
Let me try this guy. Do you have furniture?
Hello again.
Alright, so I need to figure that out. I'm not sure how you buy furniture. I think you can
You're
buy
back.
furniture.
Always a pleasure to see you.
I'll have to figure that out. Alright, but in the meantime, let's go back here. And we are going to go all the way over here. Yeah, I think there's a way to buy furniture. Let me just, I'm gonna research it for just a quick second here. Oh, decoration merchants. The two main vendors are located of that game and both offer the gate guard, Adelia and Kunok. Head down the spiral to find her. Oh. Okay, so we have to go find Delia. Head down the spire to find her workshop. Well, now I want to go back and find her workshop, but maybe we'll do that later. You know, hang on just a quick second. I just want to go, I'm going to go do something real quick. Sorry, I just wanted to turn up the air conditioner. Okay, so we're here and we're going to go back to the Forlorn. This, I think, takes us back. I've learned my way around here again. Yeah, Forlorn Swords. All right. Gonna learn my way around the world again. Okay, so we are going to head up to... Where are we going? We are headed... up here. So we'll travel here. It's kind of weird being back on the surface again. Oh, hello. Oh, maybe it'd be better if we went here. Yeah, okay, we're going to go back. We're going to go to the other marker. Now we're going to head the other direction now. Okay. All right. Good. Just got to get my bearings here a little bit. I love this spell now because you hit one guy, it bounces and it goes to the next one. Oh, wrong way again. There we go. It looks like we just have to stay on this road here. Whoa! Cool. Yep, okay, we're just going to stay right on this road here. Oh, nice. Okay.
I think you lost your way. Turn back and be on your way.
No. Where
This is
am
the
I?
village of the Sven tribe. Whatever you're looking for, you won't find it here.
I'm looking for your chieftain. I have a message from Gerfanar.
Then maybe you'll find something. Especially since you have the seal and all. What's the message?
It's meant for your chieftain.
Sure, I was just curious. Going in. The chieftain's hut is the biggest one. Right in the middle of the village. You can't miss it.
Okay. I need to convince the Seven tribe to take part in the moot.
And who might you be? Are you the messenger of the Stagfather, the one Glirna foretold?
Glirna.
If she's right for once, well, that'd be a first. You're a little late, by the way.
I don't know anything about any prophecy.
Ah, perhaps that's for the best. The last thing we need is another self-proclaimed prophet causing trouble. As you can see, I've got enough on my plate. I'm Barlam, the chieftain. Welcome to the Svinelands.
Svine.
For the tribe that's just ceased to exist.
Huh, what happened?
Can't you see? I won't speak of it further. Not with outsiders. See this?
Wow.
One of those bodies belongs to my son, Jens. He fought bravely, to the very end. May the ancestors grant him a place at their table. May the unrealm of the hunt show him mercy. It's a damn shame his god failed him. You just had to be stubborn, didn't you, kid?
Oh.
Hey, no point wasting breath. What's done is done. Most of the Svine tribe is gone.
Aw. Gryffindor sent me.
Let me guess. He wants to call the moot. He's been trying for years, and every time I've had to refuse. Not because I want to. I know the moot is sacred law. But above that law is my duty to protect the tribe. And as you can see, I've failed. This fine tribe is gone.
Gryffindor told me to help with whatever's holding you back from attending the moot.
Not having a tribe is what's holding me back. Can you turn back time? Bring my people back to life? No? That's what I thought.
Oh,
I don't
he's
know
depressed.
you. And if Gerfan thinks I'll trust someone from outside the tribes on his word alone, he's showing weakness. Especially now. But I do have a solution. Find Kjell. If she vouches for you, I'll honor the voice of the tribe's request. And I'll let you help us, if that's even possible.
All right, I will go find Kjell.
She should be nearby. She'll have a task for you, something to prove you can be trusted. Once that's done, meet me here. Maybe then I'll share something more.
Okay. Oh, excuse me. Big hiccup. All right, let's go find this Chicky Poo. She's in here. That's Jarn's house. Kind of a cool place, too. She's down here. I think he's just like the blacksmith or something. I guess she's down here further. Ooh, it's getting miserable out. Oh, it's dark. So I think I'll do a fire. I think I'll do a bonfire. Level up. Increase armor weight threshold by 5%. Yeah, I haven't done too much with armor. Oh, whoop. 1 extra armor. Okay, let's do that. Okay. And then we'll rest. Okay. Now we'll get back on the quest. 'Cause I'd rather do stuff during the day. So it's just a little easier to see and stuff. There she is.
You outsiders in the village are rarely good news. But now, after what happened, don't you think we have enough trouble without you?
I don't want any trouble for myself or you.
Sure, that's what all outsiders say. Until trouble finds them. Anyway, watch yourself. One wrong move, and you'll have more than just me to deal with. Our whole village will be on you. At least, what's left of us. What do you want?
Kajel, right? Barlam won't talk to me unless you vouch for me.
Well then, the two of you aren't talking. I don't know you, and I'm not vouching for you. The sooner you leave the village, the better. For you, and for... Wait, hold on.
Ah.
There is one thing you could help me with. One of our hunters went to the cave nearby, and hasn't returned. With everything that happened here, I forgot all about him. If you want to prove yourself, find out what happened to him.
Okay.
And don't come back empty-handed.
Gotcha. Oh, I've already been in that cave. There was no hunter there, only some creature.
You went to the bottomless cave? And you made it out alive?
Yeah.
That's impossible. It would have torn you apart in an instant.
Maybe the hunter is somewhere else?
There is no missing hunter. I sent you to the bottomless cave because I was hoping to get rid of you.
Oh, bitch.
But now that you managed to make it out alive, I have to admit I'm impressed. I'm the best huntress here, and even I have respect for that place. I don't dare set foot in those parts. Go talk to Barlam, our chieftain. He'll probably find some use for you.
Right now? What's happening?
I can't tell you more than that. Barlam will decide what you need to know.
Okay.
No need to linger.
Alright, so that was easy. Where'd he go? I met Kel. You wanted to kill me? Really?
Kill you? Maybe. But the fact that you're still breathing only proves your strength. And your determination. You survived Kel's trial, which means you've proven yourself worthy of knowing what we're up against.
Now will you tell me what happened here?
The Stagfather happened.
Stagfather?
A bunch of fanatics called him into this world. They claimed that when he arrived, he would devour everyone. then choose his own and grant them their rightful place in the afterlife. You can see how well that turned out. And that's how the story of the Svine tribe ends. I doubt we'll ever recover from this.
Isn't the Stagfather a god?
He is our most important god, the one we worshipped in the homelands. And we brought him here with us. He watched over us, blessed us with an abundance of game. In return, he had our unwavering devotion. But, as it often happens, some became blindly devoted, while others began to doubt. And the first group decided that the rest were unworthy of the Stagfather's grace.
Hey,
so they set
Father!
him loose to kill the entire tribe. The faithful joined him. The unbelievers were slaughtered.
What happened next with the Stagfather?
One of ours, Gudry, did something completely suicidal. With the help of our shamaness. He accepted the god into his body and is trying to keep him contained. But he's growing weaker by the day. We don't have much time before the Stagfather breaks loose again.
Ugh.
And trust me, mixing the old gods with the weirdness thickening in these lands is the worst possible combination. We have to act quickly, although I have no idea where to even start.
Will you attend the moot now?
Out of the question. If we don't deal with the Stagfather, what happened here will happen to the rest of the Forlorn Swords. And the only thing that's happened so far is you proving you don't bow to fear, and that you know how to handle a weapon. Now, I need someone willing to help the Svine tribe.
How can I help?
That's a good question. Because I have no idea. All I know is that we need to find a way to get rid of the Stagfather once and for all. Gudry won't be able to hold on much longer. And when he gives up, we're all lost. Go find Glirna. She must know something.
Okay.
She's the shamaness serving the damn thing. And somehow she's keeping Gudry alive. We may not like each other, but I know Glirna isn't a fanatic. She owes as much to her own tribe as she does to the Stagfather.
It seems you're not very fond of this Glirna.
Glirna is our old soothsayer.
Oh, a soothsayer.
Very old. When I was a kid, that hag was already as wrinkled as an apple, forgotten in the storehouse for 3 winters. Her fate has tangled our paths. And we have no choice but to work together. The fate of the tribe is more important than our petty squabbles.
Squabble, squabble, squabble. Anything else I should know?
If you need to get ready, go see Hjarn. He'll help you with your gear.
No, I don't need
There's still the cook, Sagar. You could talk to him too. You can sleep in any of the empty houses. I'm sure their previous owners won't mind.
Okay. So we're getting started. Alright. Walmart is doing everything they can to get my goat. For whatever reason, their machine at the drive-through pharmacy will not accept my... Wonder why. I hate it when stuff like that happens. It reminds me, I've got to go pick up a prescription. Okay, so... God's Cure. Balin told me to speak to Glirna. Okay, so do we know... Oh, she's right here. Okay. Oh, there's another sword. Alright, we'll go talk to Glirna. Go talk to Glirna. You know, they try to make everything so convenient for you out there in the world, and the convenience drives you absolutely bonkers and nuts. Because the things they set up as being more convenient always turn out to be screwed up somehow. Alright, where in jumping blue heck am I going here? So let's see, it looks like... I wonder if I need to... Well, I need to leave the village. The village. The village. Because as a species, we have a tendency to adopt convenience and advancement before we thoroughly study the complexities and ramifications. Now you're talking like an engineer. Well, yeah, I mean, get it done faster, cheaper, whatever, no matter the outcome, really, whether it turns out to be a piece of crap. It doesn't matter, you know, we'll make our money and, you know. Alright, so I gotta figure out how to get out of here. So what do you think of Sony not making discs anymore? That kind of sucks, doesn't it? I mean... I like having discs when I can get a disc. You know, there's something special about it. But it's this whole age of digital property and, you know, intellectual rights and things like that. It's all very... how the heck can I get out of here? I mean, it's like that... the stuff that's going around now that, you know, if buying isn't ownership, then piracy isn't stealing. My issue with Sony especially has shown that they'll remove digital stuff you bought. They did it with some show a year or two ago. Yeah, what? I don't get that. What really and truly gives them the right to do that? I don't understand it, because as an author, like, I mean, I have to deal with intellectual property rights all of the time. For example, ChatGPT and others have been named in this lawsuit because it says you're buying a license to content, not the contents itself. Yeah, but I kind of almost sort of understand that as someone who deals with intellectual property all the time. But like, my books are a part of this ginormous, this huge lawsuit being brought against ChatGPT and a few other AI engines out there because they've actually used some words in my book, some passages in my book, actually, I think there's 9 of my books have been cited, to train their engine, to train their AI. So our publishers and our agents are saying, you know, you can't do that. So there's this big lawsuit. Whether or not we'll ever see anything from it, I seriously doubt. But they didn't come and ask me my permission, you know? They didn't come and ask me my permission to use my materials. So, but what Sony is saying, it's like, well, if it's intellectual property, I mean, you can't own someone else's thoughts and ideas and things like that. So it would almost be as though I send your daughter this book, which I'm putting in the mail, by the way. And 5 years from now, I decide, well, I need to take my book back. And all of the words vanish for some reason, because you really can't own my intellectual property because it's intellectual, if that makes any sense. You know, it's creativity, it's intellectual. It's like if you went to the ballet, you bought a ticket, and you went to the ballet. Just because you bought that ticket and went to the ballet and watched this performance, it doesn't mean you own the performance. You have no right to the performance. you only bought a license to go in and watch that performance. So it is a very sticky, slippery kind of a thing. I think gaming as a whole needs a lot of legislation soon between license to play the game early and Kickstarter taking people's money and predatory it's becoming, it really is. And unfortunately, it's really causing trouble for, people who don't have money. You can't afford these expensive games. You can't afford $80 a game. So your friend is going to lend you their disc or share their game with you in some way. I remember when PlayStation first came out, didn't they have a whole tutorial on how to share your games with your friends? I thought I remembered that. But like my books get passed around all the time. I mean, a person goes and buys my book, loves it, and passes it on to a friend and says, here, read this book. Or look at libraries. You go in and you borrow the book. You're just borrowing it, and you got to give it back. You got to give that intellectual property back. So it's a really interesting thing. It's a really interesting discussion. And I wouldn't doubt it if at some point we're going to have congressional hearings about this stuff, about the gaming industry and the way they're kind of strong-arming the consumer into behaving a certain way. You know what I mean? Like, it's really not right. Yes, because when the Xbox One was first announced, they mentioned locking a game to an account so you couldn't resell it. It was universally booed, and Sony capitalized by saying, hey, with the PS4, there you go. There you go. See? So they at one time saw the benefit in it. But I guess now, unfortunately we're in the late stage the rich are getting richer, and we're also used to it by now that not enough people care. Well, and I think the other thing that's happening too is as the rich get richer, what if you think about it, look at all of these streamers now, these big streamers, Asmongold, Shroud, I mean, name any of them, Annie Fuchsia, Cone, they're millionaires right now. So they're looking at those people and they're going, look at how much money these people are making over our game. We made this little nobody from the middle of, Hooterville a millionaire by playing our games. We want some of that action. Well, they're not going to get it. They're not going to, Cone isn't going to send Bethesda a bunch of money. They're sending him money. So I think that's part of it too, because the streaming has been out for so long that now they made all these millionaires. What are you going to do with all the millionaires? But it's leaving the little guy behind. So I don't know if Twitch and YouTube and Kick and Rumble or whatever you call it, Rumble, whatever that is, need to get together with them and say, look what you're doing with this other company's intellectual property. But if one of my books becomes a national bestseller, then I become a millionaire. But I don't take the books away from the people who bought them. But I became a millionaire because all of those books were bought, not because I read my books to a bunch of people. I don't know. It's a very interesting discussion. All right, so let me try and figure out how to get the HE double hockey sticks out of here. Why can't I get out of this village? All right. There we go. All right, so where are we headed? We're going to go, I think we'll follow this along. And I got to see if there's a way through here. The issue there is Twitch is transformative content. There's only so many ways you can play a game and be different. But if you take the commentary from different people, that's what allows the money to flow in. There's also other people to buy the game to enjoy it, but the companies will always... Oh, yeah. I mean, so there is that. So somebody watching me might say, hey, that game looks really cool. I'm going to go buy it. And in fact, it's happened. I mean, I have had people say, I bought the game because of you many, many, many times. You know? Where am I going? It's one thing about this game I found is sometimes it can be a little difficult to find your way around. One of my friends who streams has started his Enshrouded run and oh, good. Yeah, I want to start another Enshrouded round too, because of all of the updating. But I'm going to start brand new. I want to do because I want to take advantage of everything right from the beginning, so to speak. So I'm gonna start a new. Actually, I already did start a new. Besides, I don't know if I really liked my base. I want to rebuild it and stuff. So I've been thinking about maybe after we finish Tainted Grail to doing another Enshrouded run to get ready for when is it, October? It's coming out. Well, there's that sword. Is that the sword we're looking for? Yeah. So it looks like we're headed sort of in the right direction. I still haven't fought the dragon. Really? You're messing around in the world? I did the same thing with Baldur's Gate. I never pushed all the way to the end of the demo. Yeah, isn't that funny how that happens? I don't know why that occurs. I have done that a lot, where I've bought a demo of a game, I played it for a little while, and I was like, I guess that was sort of interesting. Ooh. What's happening? But I never really pushed through to the end and stuff. But I guess that's what a demo was for, to kind of decide, do I really love it? Do I really love this game? Well, I'm sure there's probably part of it, Feather, where you think, well, the game's not complete yet. There's still, you know, so I'm going to wait until they get it perfectly optimized, until they complete everything. Because it'll make it more enjoyable that way, I think. I think when you play a game that's not finished, there's always a feeling of, well, why should I do this? You know, why should I finish this when who knows what they're going to do to it? And then I'll know too much or something, you know? Oh, I'm going the wrong way again now. Oh, I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at finding my way around in this game. Oi. Yes, exactly. I have the same issue with betas. Yeah, people want to go all the way through and learn everything. And I'm just like, but the most of it will be spoiled, and then time... Exactly. I know. So sometimes I have to wonder. I get the notion. I get the wisdom behind early releases, and I think it's very wise. But at the same time, it seems lacking. It seems that it might spoil things. You know, it just doesn't seem well. I think I have to get up there. So I think that's why I'm going to start anew Enshrouded. And I think even though I know what to do, I know what's coming, etc., I think it's still going to be enjoyable, because I'm also going to play it. I've decided I'm going to play it on a harder level too. I'm going to commit myself to a harder game. And I think that will change it up for me as well. Yeah, I think I got to get up there. Oh. Oh, okay. Did you have problems with the stag, Father, back in your day, too?
Yes, in the homelands. I thought we could leave him there, but he escaped to Avalon.
Escaped? How?
He took on human form.
Oh.
Or rather, he used one of his followers as a vessel. It was only when he sensed that Nimue, Merlin's apprentice, had discovered his true nature that he revealed his real form. The beast grew to the size of a mountain, striding toward the temple his followers had built for him deep in the woods. I
He sounds
dread to
cool.
think what would have happened if he'd made it there. We barely managed to bring him down, and clearly, not completely.
And
I
after
outlawed
that?
the Stagfather's cult, but I see that 6 centuries later, it's still around, and surprisingly, among the Dalrita as well. I thought they worshipped only Mathea.
Going back to the streamers real quick, in my opinion, it should be the moral responsibility of the big names to lift the small. I absolutely 100% agree with that. I think they really need to do that. For instance, I was playing a game and I had 1,000, and I had thousands of viewers. No way, really? When I finished it, I'd raid someone playing the game who had only 2 or 3 viewers to give them exposure, but the vast majority just don't do that. I know, and like I had that happen to me once with Enshrouded, where I got raided by a really big streamer, and it just, oh, if you had that, I'm sorry, I was going to say, whoa. But I had a really big streamer raid, and she brought like 135 people or something like that at the time, into my Enshrouded stream, and it felt so good, you know, Father. It felt validating. Hey, Menace, welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're talking about big streamers and the problem with intellectual property and all this decision not making physical property anymore, or what is physical, the question of what is physical property. And one of the things that I was saying was, I think Sony and all of these other people, one of the things they do, among other things, is they look at the really, really big streamers who they've turned into, you can argue the point that because of Sony, this streamer, this little nobody from Hooterville, Indiana, became a millionaire, a multimillionaire. And they want a piece of that somehow, I think. They're just trying to figure out how to capitalize on all of that. But we were also saying that, don't you think it should be the onus of the... Okay, so let's go back to what we were saying, you know, about it's the responsibility of the bigger streamers. Well, that's the other problem, too. You know? I mean, even with my books... my books, for example, my physical books, okay, so you buy this, right? This is one of my books, okay? This nice big, you know, 120,000 word novel, okay? You buy it, you read it, it costs, at the time, it costs $15, okay? But you can download it, it costs maybe $8 on Kindle to download the digital version. And then the Audible version might cost a little bit more because they have to pay essentially an actor to come in and read the book, or pay me to read the book. You see what I mean? So it's they got it backwards. They got it backwards, where they need to say, well, if there's no physical disc, which probably costs them, so if it costs them probably next to nothing to create those discs, it's got to be the cheapest process on the planet to copy those discs. I can't imagine It cannot be cost effective. They cannot win the argument, in my opinion, that they're saving money, that it's too expensive. I just don't believe it. It's probably half a penny to make a disc. You know, so that can only go back to the explanation of greed. It all goes back to greed. So, I mean, I would feel terrible. Like, and every once in a while, too, and I think the gaming industry could learn from publishing as well, in that every once in a while I'll get a notice from Amazon that says, hey, you know, your so-and-so book is free on Kindle this week. It's free. I can tell everybody, I can blast it all over my social media. Hey, if you haven't read The Prayers of Agnes Sparrow, go download it for free now. You know, and that's great, and that makes me feel good to know that I can do that, because what happens is it does lead to physical sales sometimes, because then they say, well, I got this book for free, but I'm going to look for another one of Joyce's books. The next one that comes out, I'm gonna buy. So it's got its benefits. But could you imagine if every once in a while, you know, Sony said, okay, you know, for 24 hours the game's free. Go buy it. You know, we made our money. We're good. We want to get it into the hands of as many people as we can because we want you to buy more. You know, I think I looked it up the other day, and it was about $2.50 per disc, which on a $70 game is less than 5%. Yeah, see that? You know, it's just like, and they're doing like GTA 6, right? Which is going to be taking over existence in November, right? That's going to be blowing up the world in November. But you're not getting any physical disc with that. There's no discs. Yeah, it's all about the profit. And if you, I remember when I first moved to, when I first downloaded the game, because I loved going to game stores. I loved it. I had so much fun. I mean, I had like friendships with the managers, and they would give me swag and stuff. And I loved going to the game store. And but I forget what was going on in my life at the time. It might have been when my son had cancer, and I you know, and I couldn't get out as much as I got. So I downloaded my first game, and I was very surprised that it cost the same as the physical copy. It was like, what? Wait a minute, is this serial? Well, yeah, they do have to print all of that, and printing costs are up there. As an author, I know that. But do you know what they could do? And this would work if they figured out a way to do it. Like, some of my books have gone into this thing where they're print on demand now. That if you want to buy, I forget the titles, but if you want to buy a couple of my books, they print the covers, they do everything on demand and get it out to you somehow. It's not that they're not sitting in warehouses anymore. They used to be sitting in warehouses all over the place, but that's not happening anymore. So I don't know if they could come up with a system like that, where if you want to go get a physical copy of it, maybe you put an order in on your phone real quick, and they could, you know, they could just print it. Yeah. Didn't they used to have that? Like, remember in the old days when if you wanted, you would pre-order the game? Right? Remember, and then go to GameStop and pick it up? Like, I would buy, like, I remember with all the Final Fantasies, right? Like, I would buy the game, and then it was like such a joyous thing. What's releasing? It'll be here, you know, 2 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon. Running in, yeah, limited run. I mean, I don't know. I think there's ways. I mean, there's always ways, but it just, unfortunately, just is coming down to greed. It's what the companies see as being able to make money. And I don't know, people will argue with me, but I think a lot of it comes down to I think these companies feel that what they consider their intellectual property has made multimillionaires of many, many, many people. And they want to figure out how to either curtail that. Can you imagine a streamer, let's say, like Cone, who's been playing a game? Yeah, the physical media, you want to have that. It's fun. But look at what's happening, though. Like, there's these generations, like my son and his wife are very retro-minded. He's got CRT television. He's got two gaming areas set up in the house with CRT televisions with Super Nintendo and DVDs and VHS and all of this set up. Because, and so he's out collecting all of these physical copies of these things that no one's ever going to take away from them. And it's very cool. Yeah, and it's very cool to see. Oh, I agree with that, Feather. But at the same time, if it wasn't for that game, you know what I mean? You can argue that, that. I mean, every once in a while, like I get to this point where I start thinking, maybe, video games preservation, right? I mean, I love having movies on DVD because I get so frustrated when, say, I want to watch an old-timey movie, like an old Humphrey Bogart movie, The Cane Mutiny or something. And I find it on Prime or Peacock or one of these places. Oh, but you've got to pay... you got to pay me $3.99 to watch it. I just like, nah, I'm already paying a subscription. So I have a DVD, which I can play whenever I want, So, I don't know. I just think, I hope the pendulum swings back the other direction soon and we stop this nonsense, I really hope we do. See you later, Arthur. But I struggle because at the same time, I deal in intellectual property. It's how I made my living. Was with words. And how is it possible for someone to own my words? I guess they do, because I wrote them down and I put them in a book and they got published and I got paid for it. But I don't get paid every time somebody reads my books. Yeah. See, and I don't get paid every time somebody reads one of my books. I mean, if they buy it, sure. I get a royalty on it. Sure. But if somebody's going to read my book 2 or 3 times, I don't get paid every time they read that book, right? And I've been in there, right? Because they've already bought it. It's theirs. They own it. But I love my books. I mean, I love having my books. I love having multiple versions of my books. Why can't I get up there? Where the heck am I going? Do I have to... There's the giant sword. In the other part, I had to actually climb over the sword. Ooh, what happened here? So all that's in there is a pebble? Alright. So something attacked those poor people, but I still can't get up here. What the heck? It's a very interesting discussion, the idea of what intellectual property and how can anybody own it? because it's intellectual. But when I sign a contract and I get paid money and I write my book that I've been contracted to write, well, now I always felt that it kind of belonged to my publisher, which in a way it did because they own the copyright until it reverts back to me. And that can be years. I mean, some of my publishers still own my copyrights to my books because they're still making money. They're still making money. They're still making money if, you know, maybe a physical copy isn't exactly available right now, but because they don't want to print any more physical copies of it, but it's still downloadable. So so that's why they won't give me my copyright back, because they're still making money. And I'm still making money because then I get a royalty. I don't know. It's weird. How do I get over there? How do I get... It's up. It looks like I need... I think I need to get there. Maybe I need to walk on the sword again, like you did in with the big nest. God, I love big nests. So maybe we go this way? Pilgrimage! Welcome in. I don't know, and that makes me angry. I don't know, because it only makes me angry because it is such a good game, and more people need to play this game. It's so good. And except Grammy's lost, which I'm usually always lost. I'm trying to find my way. I have to get up to this sword up here, I think, and I can't get up there. But this is such a great game, and I want everybody to play it. Oh, no. That's insulting. That's slander. That's slander, if you ask me. It is not, you know, and I gotta tell you, you called it. Oh, no. I get the correlation. Oh, slander, exactly. I get the correlation of why people jump into this game and they think, oh, it's Skyrim. It'll scratch that Skyrim itch. And it might for a while. But there are so many things about it that in some ways it's not as good as Skyrim, but in ways it's infinitely better and really needs to stand by itself because it deserves that. It doesn't need Skyrim to be successful. And I even wonder if that's why some people haven't played it, because they're like, well, I don't want to play another Skyrim, I'll just play Skyrim. You know, because it's not. Like, for example, like in Skyrim, one of my arguments with Skyrim was, geez, I can become the leader of the Thieves Guild and the Archmage and the leader of the Black Brotherhood, and I can do this and I can do that, and I can just become the leader of all of these factions at the same time. So while I'm the Archmage, I'm also leader of the Thieves Guild. And I didn't like that. I just thought, well, that's stupid. So I like the idea in this game where you're just who you are. You're just trying to figure out what to do with Arthur. You know, are you going to save him in the end ultimately, or what are you going to do? Which is interesting. I would compare this to Outer Worlds or Avowed. Yeah, I think so. I think So, Polish Skyrim. Ooh. You gotta, there's probably a double entendre there somewhere, you know, where, you know, I'm even hesitant to say it because I don't deal in that kind of insult, but it's too bad. I really wish there was some way people could let the game stand on its own merits and not say it's just like Skyrim. Although we like saying that, right? We like saying, you know, it's Souls-like or it's Scrolls-like or whatever. I mean, maybe it's Scrolls-like. Maybe we could say that. Well, hold on now. Polish isn't necessarily a bad thing. They gave us the Witcher series. That's true. But I'm wondering if by calling it Polish Skyrim, if they're referring to the fact that, yeah, I think Scrolls-like. You know how they say games are Souls-like? I think Scrolls-like. But you know how, like, when I was growing up, there was a lot of stereotypical stuff, and Polish people would be described as stupid, you know, meatheads. You know, and I'm wondering if there's a little bit of that in that description from that reviewer, which is outrageously insulting. Absolutely. Polish, it's, you know, it just shouldn't be that way. But I guess it's human nature. I guess we like, how do I get up there? I think I have to go through the village. Maybe let me go back in the village here. I guess we like doing that. We like looking at one thing and saying it's like another, and I think there might be some sort of comfort in that. You know, well, I'm going to buy this game. If people say it's like Skyrim, then I'm going to buy it because Skyrim's so ding dang good, then this must be good. So I can see the wisdom in it a little bit. All right, so there's the sword, and I am trying to get up there. I think I have to get up there somehow. There, see, there's the marker. All right, so that's where I have to go. It is a Polish video game, absolutely, because it's like, what, 80 developers, an 80-member team? So it is made by people from Poland, by Polish people, but I don't think they're all Polish. I don't think the entire team was, but I know, maybe it was. You know. But I just wanted to stand on its own pilgrimage because it's really a lovely, haunting, gorgeous game. And if you like King Arthur, if you know anything about the whole Arthurian legend, it's delightful. It's this whole reimagining, of course, but it's also this feeling of, well, I know some of this, you know, and it's comforting. One trend I've seen recently that I'm really in favor of is developers releasing new content for old games like Diablo 2 did. Yeah. Exactly, I like that too. I mean, it's too bad Rockstar won't do that with Red Dead and say, you know, let's throw out some DLC for Red Dead, you know? Because people would jump on it, you know, people would be all over it, you know? All right, so we got to get up there. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to get up there. This is just Grammy being Grammy, probably, you know? Very good at that. How am I gonna... What looks like some sort of stairway. Well, maybe we need to get up. Alright, so we'll go up the other side then. I love the blue little thing on this, the roof. That's really striking. Alright, let me see if I can get up over here. Jeepers creepers. I mean, I just want the developers of this game to be happy, if that makes any sense. You know, I just want them to know that they did an amazing thing here. All right, maybe we're getting up there now. All right, so, all right. Yes, all right, so we're getting closer. All right, so here we go. Small European developers have made some great games over the year. Yeah, Kingdom Come, right? That's like a Czech team, right? Yeah. You know, and it's unfortunate because like Bethesda, you know, is just getting so sloppy. Oh, this is cool. This is a new place. Nice. Let's not forget the game of the year was Expedition 33, both an indie game and exactly, the French team, right? Yeah. So what does that say? You know, what is that telling him? Yeah, Bethesda, it's a shame. They really shot themselves in the foot. All right, so we're going to go in this Vine Sanctuary. All right. Do you think we'll ever see a Skyrim 6? And if we do, is it going to be any good? And am I going to be able to play it? Or will I be dead and gone? Bethesda has gone plain and simple the same way Nintendo was with Pal World. Yeah. It's like just slap it together, you know, do the bare minimum, you know. Health potion plus student. Oh, we got a brain. We're getting the brains. $24-3. 24-3. Golly. I know, right? What the heck is wrong with these people? You know, why can't they get the job done? They can hire the most incredible development team to do it. I can't figure it out. I just can't. I mean, why would you want as a company? Wait a minute. Let's tease this apart. Why would you want as a company to bring all of these people together, right? Oh, it's going to be what is it? I think we already know because of the little release they did. It's going to be, oh, I forget, but that's already been, we can figure that out. But why would you want to hire all of these people? Yeah, Hammerfell. I think it is Hammerfell. Why would you want to bring all of these people together and pay them a salary, if they are, unless they've gotten rid of them all? Pay them over and over and over and over again for a job that never gets done. Why would you do that? You know, my mother was an artist, and I would watch her painting. And one time I asked her, well, how do you know when to stop? Like how do you know when it's time to stop applying paint to a canvas? And she would just say, well, she just knows. And I think these companies need to adopt a little bit of that just let the art speak for itself and develop it with love and gentleness and caring. You know, they are delusional. They publicly said that the reason people did not like Starfield had nothing to do with the fact that the game failed. Yeah, Starfield, I agree. People did not like Starfield. It has nothing to do. No, it was just not good. It was surface. You know, Starfield was like just way down here, just very, very surface, you know, stuff, where Skyrim was way deeper, was way down here. I was excited for Starfield too, and I played it. And I enjoyed some of it. I thought, oh, well, this is really good, you know, but it just wasn't, it lacked the charm. It lacked that caringness of it. Like, Like, I really need to care about what I'm doing when I'm playing a game. I really want to care about the characters. I want to care about what the NPCs even. I want to care. And with Starfield, it was... You know what else, though? Let me ask you guys this. Sometimes I think the art quality... I think sometimes the art quality has to do with how much you can get absorbed into a game. Skyrim, Tainted Grail, if you look at the art itself is immersive, right? It's like you're in a painting or you're in a snow globe of a world and you're interacting deeply with the world. But in a game like Starfield, if you look at the art, it's all these very straight edges. You know, it's like there's no warmth to the art itself. And I sometimes feel like that turns me off on a game. It's like, it just, the art, the world isn't immersive enough for me. And if it's not immersive enough for me, I just don't want to play it. What was frustrating for me about Starfield was what it could have been. Yeah. Exactly. Boring planets, redundant fetch quests, endless. Yeah, exactly. It was better than deep quality. Right. And I think they didn't go that far. The mouse NPCs started going, yeah. See, and that kind of that's jarring. It's jarring to our intellect. It's jarring to our brains. But a game like Skyrim, Red Dead Redemption, Tainted Grail, you're really deep into the world. And I could never get deep into the world of Starfield because of I just felt all the hard edges, all of the bland dialogue, you know, the unrealistic character movements, all that. It just, it didn't feel real. Yeah, I agree. They were poorly done. All right, here's Galirna. What the heck are you been up to? You're a naughty girl. What did you do?
The forest whispered. The fire screamed.
Oh,
the bones agreed.
Thank you, Feather.
And at last, here you are, just in time.
Uh-oh. You foresaw I'd come?
The horned god told me.
The horned god
before
told her.
Hatred blinded him. He said your paths would cross, that you would bring redemption or ruin.
Well, exactly, pilgrimages, and that's part of that lack of depth and those hard edges and not being able to reconcile those hard edges and that science-y technological thing. People don't like that. People don't want to live in a computer. People really don't like that. People like something a little softer, a little more immersive, a little bit more relatable. So, just in time?
In my dreams, I hear the crack of seals and snapping bones. The horned god, cursed with pain and blood, tears at the bonds I used to bind him. The earth trembles with his fury. Can you feel it? Soon, he will break free. And then we shall pay for calling him with blood, not faith.
Okay, so this is very interesting, what she just said, and particularly if you know anything about Arthurian legend or the tales of the Knights of the Round Table. This is reminding me of Sir Balin, the knight who had fallen out of fellowship with the table, kind of like the Stagfather kind of fell out of fellowship. fell out of fellowship with the table, and he was trying to yeah, I agree with you. It's just too many hard edges. We don't like those hard edges. We don't like all of that. It doesn't sit well. But this is reminding me of Sir Balin. Now, Sir Balin was a knight of the Round Table, okay? So bear in mind with what you're seeing here. Think about what she just said about the blood dripping and all of that. So Balin wanted to kind of get back into fellowship. He wanted to so he decided to go out onto a quest, and he was going to go for this quest for the Holy Grail, even though, well, who was it? Was Galahad or Lancelot? Galahad was the only one. But anyway, so he sets out on this quest, and he finds this castle. And for some reason, this castle had never been there before. And he's like, oh, where did this come from? You know, it's a beautiful castle, and I'm going to go in. Well, he goes in, and he realizes, because the earth trembled a little bit, and he felt like, oh, there's something going on in this castle. What's happening in this castle? He doesn't know it's the Grail castle. The Holy Grail is in this castle. He doesn't know this yet. He doesn't know it. And whether anyway, so he goes into the castle, and he sees that the table, long table, and there's knights around this table. And again, it's this fellowship, and the Fisher King, you know, is there. And everybody's swords, you know, you're just very, very polite. You hang up your swords, you know, your shields, and you come and you have fellowship at the table. Well, Balin joins the fellowship, but he's hidden a dagger. All right, so just doing that, he's broken fellowship with the Round Table, or with the knights, with the table. So he ends up pulling this dagger out, and he kills. He stabs the Fisher King, and there's this pursuit starts, where the king, is chasing Balin through the castle. And as he's going through the castle, he's looking for weapons. And of course, there are no weapons, because it's just not what you do in the Grail castle. So he has no weapon on him, okay? So he's dashing through the castle, and he comes to this room, and everything changes. He can feel it. There's a stirring in his spirit. There's a sound. He's being brought into this very mystical, spiritual realm. And he goes further into it, and he sees, and never mind, he's being pursued. Okay, the Fisher King is pursuing him. So he goes in there, and he sees this spear, like this. Okay, the spear, like you see in the game here, is hung on the wall, dripping blood into the Grail. The Grail is sitting there, and these drops, drip, 3 drops, drop, 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 is going into this Grail. Well, this is what he had wanted, but he's so intent on getting on his life, on saving himself, that instead of going for the Grail, or even realizing where he's at, he grabs the spear. And what he doesn't know is this is the spear that pierced Christ's heart when he was on the cross. And he doesn't know this. And so this great act of sacrilege, he takes the spear, and he plunges it and wounds the Fisher King with it. And in the moment he does that, the earth, there's this earthquake, and everything crashes down on them. So, because one of the things that you'll notice in Tainted Grail, it always goes back to the land. The land responds, the earth responds, the earth felt it. You know, it's like Middle-earth. Middle-earth was as very much as a character in The Lord of the Rings as all of the characters, because Middle-earth felt what was happening in the lands. So anyway, the castle falls on top of them, 3 days and 3 nights go by, and then Merlin happens along, and Merlin actually saves Balin and the Fisher King out of this. And Balin decides he has to keep running, and he takes off running. But the one thing he says, Merlin tells him it's going to be okay. No, it's all going to be okay because someone's going to come and speak the right words and save the Fisher King and save the world. So that's kind of a little bit about what's happening with the Stagfather thing, I think. All right. So enough of that. I loved all these stories. I love the stories of the Knights of the Round Table. All right. Can the man lying on the altar, is that Gudry?
Yes.
Yes.
Gudry, who took the horned god's fury into himself to save us all. He reached for blood and bone,
and that's
let me turn
that's the Christ thing. He took it upon himself. He took the sins, the danger onto himself.
I sealed it with wards, like a cage of thorns. But the god's wrath will tear through them, sooner or later. And when that happens, there'll be no saving us.
The Green Knight? Yes, well, the Green Knight is Gawain, right? In fact, that's one of the things we need to do. Yeah, that's Gawain and the dragon and all of that. And that's one of the things we have to do. I think there's a dungeon which I found, but I didn't pursue because I wanted to do it on the stream. But that's Gawain's dungeon tomb, and I want to go and explore that. But yeah, the Green Knight is I didn't see the movie, but I do know the story. Yeah, I love all of them. The movie was good. Oh, I'll have to check it out then. Now I want to watch The Fisher King. Like The Fisher King, that Robin Williams movie was good too. You bound a god inside a man? How? Okay.
If you want to bind a god, you don't choose the method. You use everything. Old songs stolen from the dead, runes slick with black blood, teeth and claws. The horned god in his hate-twisted form was a nightmare that came to devour us all. The finest warriors of the Spine, the pride of our tribe, gave their lives on the altar of battle to weaken him.
Can the Stagfather be stopped?
He cannot be healed. He will not forgive us. But I can try to keep him bound by will, by bone, and by blood. To do that, I need a fragment of his original self. The first trophy. The skull of the first stag ever hunted and offered in sacrifice to the horned god. It will remind him of who he once was. Bind his essence to the first offering, one made out of reverence, not fear. It may hold him in the unrealm of the hunt, long enough for me to complete the rite that will seal him there.
So, like they're talking about he can't be healed. But I think that's the whole thing with this whole game is there's this sense of everything needs to be healed, particularly the land. And I think it's just interesting to me that everybody's looking for healing. Where can I find the skull?
It's hidden, tied to the places where we once worshipped the horned god. 3 shrines, as old as the forest itself. But now, they must be destroyed. Each one is guarded by a servant of ancient memory. Kill them. Cast down what still remains upon their altars. Once all 3 fall, the 4th shrine, hidden and forgotten will reveal itself.
I hope this is fun. This
first
sounds like
trophy waits there.
I'll bring it. Show me the way.
Go, but be warned. The shrines are no longer sacred. They're fouled by hatred, and the guardians who watch over them do not rest. Until we meet again.
I must seek out and destroy the 3 shrines. Alright. So let's go do that. Poke around here a little bit. Yeah, I just get fascinated by this idea of how, I mean, because King Arthur is tied to the land, right? He was tied to the land, to the world, to the physical world. All right, so I'm gonna head back out here. I love this art. It's like this pre-Columbian. It looks like pre-Columbian art, doesn't it? I guess it's Viking in a way, too. All right, let's... I love that the way the mythos works in Arthur is portrayed as a hero to the people. He's remembered doing all these wonderful things, and as you progress, you slowly learn that not only is that not what the whole truth is, but also the exact opposite. Yeah, and that's what they've done with the game. They kind of... But it's not untrue, in reality, of the real stories. Oh, it's this jerk. Oh. Right, hang on. I don't have a weapon. Stupid pickaxe. Come here, jerk face. Where'd he go? Did he leave? He's such a jerk. Alright, so let's go... Ah, so they're scattered over here. So... Okay. Oh, I gotta find my way out of here. I can never find my way out of this ding-dang place. I really want some DLC that lets you experience the wars for Arthur firsthand. Perhaps as one of the knights choose. You know, that would be so fun. Portrays this well already, but there could be some series. Yeah, I think there could. I would love it if they did something like that. It would be kind of like we said before, like almost like a prequel kind of thing with Arthur and Merlin and... Alright, how do I get out of here? I never find my way out of here. I'm just gonna go for it. There. Come on. Oh, Grammy. Why can't I find my way out of here? Oh, here we go. There's the stash, right? So shouldn't I be on... There we go. Alright, finally. Alright. So let's see. Where are we headed? Alright, I'm gonna get on this road. Is this it? Yeah, we're gonna get on this road here. Oh, here's the second one. We'll go there. Oh, hello. Ice Golem. Hey, it's Feather Golem. Bye-bye. Alright. Let's go find our next one. My brethren! What's its guts in its pocketses? Let's check the map here. Alright, so we're headed for one down here. Oh, a bear. Bam! Bye-bye, bear. How dare you? Oh, what is it gonna be? Fire, ice, and water, I guess, or something? Oh, he's immune. Alright, well, we'll do something a little different with you. How like them apples? The fire golem. Ooh. Got two. Oh yeah, what was it? As Arthur himself said, he wasn't afforded the gift of hindsight. As far as he knew, he and the knights were the only thing capable of keeping humanity from going extinct, regardless of who fired the first shot between humans and the Fore-dwellers. Once the war started, neither side was going to bury the hatchet. True, his rule was mostly firefighting, making issues as manageable as he could, because he could move on to addressing something else. It's easy to critique a leader like him when you see what 600 years of consequence. That's excellent. That's actually, that's it. That's exactly what was happening. But I think, all in all, I think Arthur, I think he wanted to do what was best for his people. I think he really had a good heart in that. Oh. What's the phrase? The path that was paved. There it is. I did not realize this was based on... Yeah, it's the original was the tabletop game, which I've never played. Isn't she cool? I think she's so cool. I gotta put some potions in here. Alright, there's the last one. Yeah, I mean, there's always room for improvement. Oh, he's the lightning golem. Bye-bye. Alright, so now we gotta go get the first trophy. Alright, so now we gotta go back to Gilierna. I'm gonna go back to Gilierna. I'm gonna fast travel to here. Okay. Alright, I gotta find my way back to the village, right? Back up here. And now I'm smart. Sometimes I make things very difficult for myself. Oh, wait a minute, I'm not in the right place, right? This is what I did before. I gotta go down this way. Lena, where are you, darling? I got your trophy.
You're here.
I am. I have your trophy.
I knew you'd succeed. Fire and bone do not lie. There's no time left, child. The horned god is tearing Gudri's body apart, and his fury fills the air. Soon, his essence will break loose and devour everything in its path. I must begin the ritual. But I fear he may be too blinded by rage and pain to see the first trophy as anything more than bone and memory.
Bone and memory. So what
Your
now?
path leads to the unrealm of the hunt. There,
we gotta go
you'll
face the horned
god.
god.
If you can weaken him, if you can break through the frenzy even for a moment, then the first trophy might reach what's left of his old self.
Didn't you say the unrealm of the hunt was beyond human reach?
Oh, child, we both know you're not entirely human. Your second soul will guide you where others lose their way and perish.
I should probably speak with Barlan first.
I understand. He's the chieftain after all. But be wary of his
So he's going to try and talk me out of
whatever is
this?
going through your mind right now. There is no other option. We need you and your help. If you need to prepare, go. I'll open the passage for you anyway. But remember, you're not going there to bring death to the Horned God. Wound him, weaken him, then return. That's when the trophy will speak, and I will close the gate behind you. Hopefully, for good. Take care. The Horned God does not forgive weakness.
Alright, so... Glirna is convinced that the Stagfather can be purified, or I can go ask Barlan what he thinks should be done about it. Oh heck, we're just gonna go. Hello, where are you? Come out. I'm only going to weaken you.
By what right do you tread in my realm, blasphemer?
Ooh. I've just come to weaken you, darling. Uh-oh. How do I get over there? Do I jump?
Who dare stand before me unbidden?
'Tis I. You know what other game every once in a while I kind of get a hankering to play? Elden Ring. I want to know why you attacked your own followers.
I heard the call. I answered it, as I have done for centuries.
Because this game does remind me a little bit about Elden Ring as well.
My realm, the weirdness consumed me. The hunt that began then was unlike the hunts I behold through the eyes of my followers. I was the hunter, they the prey, and I felt in that moment as if it had always been so. Only those who summoned me were hidden from my sight.
Priestess Glirna sent me. She says I must heal you, restore what you once were.
Glirna. She has long been attuned to my call. I watched the world through her eyes. When I answered the summons and the weirdness took hold, our bond was severed. Glirna must have sensed it.
My issue with Souls-likes is there's a ton of story, but you have to find it. Yeah, they make you work for it. They make you work for those little, that lore.
Sacrifice was taken. I knew it had not been done by my will. If Glirna knows how to restore our connection, I accept this path.
Really cool environment.
What must be done, mortal?
Alright, I'm going to weaken you. Oh, he has minions. Oh, why do they always have minions? Holy crap. Wait a minute, they're immune? Oh, shoot. Oh. I gotta...
It shall be sacred law to summon me only in the light of day. If any follower dares to call upon me by night, my wrath shall fall upon them. To you, mortal, I grant mercy. Go now and carry my decree.
The Elden Ring series, like Night Rain, it all looks really, I really love the way it looks. And I did play it. I did play it for a while, but I got frustrated at just how difficult it was for me. Not a series, just a movie. That's what I thought you were referring to. But every once in a while, I think, I'm gonna give it a try, because I just love the way it looks. For one thing. And that's unfortunately, you know, like you said, you got to kind of study it, kind of go through and try to find out what the heck's going on. Visit the turtle. I love the big giant turtle. All right,
The
Clearna.
Stag Father has returned to his true form. I felt our bond rekindle. His power restored to its original untainted essence. Thank you for understanding. You've restored our identity.
The Stag Father forbids you from summoning him during a weird night.
I hear his call within my soul. His will is our law. His wrath will fall upon those who dare summon him by night.
Oh boy, don't do that.
He will hunt them by day. For by night he shall not answer.
I played through, and beat Night Rain with a couple of buddies. It was good, but they threw out stories since it was designed as an action co-op game first and foremost. But they're releasing manga and I think the novels too, so that's kind of interesting. What will become of the Svein tribe now?
We will return to our roots. Once more, we shall be masters of the hunt by the Stag Father's grace. We will endure. For such is our fate. No weirdness, no worldly matter shall lead us from the sacred path we walk. The world may fall, the weirdness may consume all, and yet the Svein shall remain wrapped in the Stag Father's favor.
Nice. Will the Svein attend the moot?
That is Barlam's will and decision. He tends to mortal affairs, and that order will stand. My calling is to restore faith and trust in the Stag Father. That is the greater mission, to remind us all who we truly are. May the Stag Father always keep you in his sight, child.
You mentioned the unrealm
It's
of the hunt.
Horned God's domain, a place where time does not flow, beyond the reach of humankind. Once it was lush and alive, where the hunt was sacred, wild, pulsing with green and the crimson of blood, teeming with beasts and birds in the boughs. I doubt it still is.
How did the stag... Alright, wait.
Go.
Alright. So the only thing left to do on this part is to get Balaam to join the moot, right? Now, didn't I hear somewhere that he might not... Because we dealt with the stag father, I don't know, something about... Well, let's go see. Let me get out of here. Am I lost again? Alright, so how do you get out of here? Alright. What the heck? How do I get out? Why am I like this? I swear it's my brain. It's dyslexic brain. Oh, dummy. Alright, so let's finish this up. Oh, so I guess... Alright, so what happened there? So we don't... I need to convince the Svine tribe to take part in the moot. Alright, so I do have to go back. I got a little confused there for a sec. Alright, so we don't have to go back and see Balaam? I can deliver the toy, I can deliver the... I need to convince the Volker tribe. So we lost the Svine tribe because of what we did, because of the stag father? Alright. Alright. Oy vey. Oh, man. Oh, guys. I think I am going to break... I'm gonna sign off for a little bit. I'm tired, but been 3 hours. Boy, that's a nice long break. But I'm gonna jump off, and I gotta go get something to eat. I'm hungry, but it was great fun. It was a great stream today. Good conversation. Always enjoy talking to you guys about stuff. We'll pick it up again, you know. But for now, I think I'm gonna jump off and go get something to eat and go to the bathroom and maybe get a cup of coffee or tea or something. So, alright. So, listen, you guys take it easy. I love you all. Thanks for all your support and kindness. I really appreciate it. And I will, I don't know, maybe, let me see something here. I don't know. Can we maybe just jump in for a little stream here? Let's see. Here's Tainted Grail. Oh, there's one. Let's get you in there to see what's going on there, just to be supportive. Scourge of the Streams. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so bye-bye.
you would think, well, I'll start prison. Unshackle me, I'll give you an autograph. Penny roar with your smart mouth, and the next one's across the jaw. Man of God.